Okay, in this next demonstration, I'm going to show you the orthographic projection, shape number 2. Let's keep in mind that the views never change when you're looking at an isometric object. This is still always going to be the front view of the object, still going to be the top view looking down, and it's still going to be the right side view looking in this direction, okay? So, in the front view, I'm going to see this surface area here and this surface area here. But let's keep in mind that the scale is still the same. 1 square equals 1 inch. So this here is still 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 squares wide in the front. It's still going to be 1, 2, 3, 4 squares deep. And it's still going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 squares tall. So again, let's reference the lower left corner right here as our starting point. And I'm going to pick a point here in the front view grid in order to start my drawing. This dot here will represent this lower left corner. And I'm going to start by traveling up 5 squares. So I'm going to grab my triangle, and I'm going to use this as a straight edge. I'm going to count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 squares tall. Okay, so I'm going to draw this line in place using my straight edge. My next line is going to be across the bottom. Now let's keep in mind that it's still 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 puts me here. I'm going to draw this in place. Okay. The next one is going to be across the top. Again, 6 across the top. I can already see where that's going to be located right here at this intersection. Put my triangle in place and complete my line. This line here will be drawn in place coming down 5 squares. And this line here will also be shown as a visible object line 2 squares over and drawn in place. So this here is my front view of this object. Now it's time to use my projection lines and bring the front view up to the top view. I'm going to bring up the left side edge of my object. I'm going to bring up the right side edge of my object. And I'm also going to bring up where this edge here is. Okay, now I can draw the top view of this object. I'm still going to use this lower left corner as a reference point. I'm going to place that right here. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4 squares tall. I'm going to come over 2 squares because this comes over 2 squares. Do the same thing up here. 2 squares. Now this comes in 1 square on each side. So I'm going to count in 1 here and 1 here. This still here extends 1, 2, 3, 4 blocks. So I'm going to go to the right 4 blocks. This projection line shows me how far I need to go, which is going to be here and here. See, with the projection lines, it really guides you through the process. I'm going to draw this line in. I'm going to draw this line, and then I'm going to close it off on the end. This here is my top view, which is shown here. You see that? All this area here. I'm also going to need to project over from the front view to the right side view. I want to show where the bottom of this object is located. I want to show where the top of this object is located. Now the right side view, I'm going to be standing here looking at this object. I'm going to see this surface here, and also I'm going to see this surface over here to the right. So it's going to be 1 square by 5 tall, 1 square by 5 tall, and then 2 squares by 5 tall in the center. So I'm going to start here with this one. If I start at the lower left corner, I'm going to draw this rectangle that is 5 squares tall by 1 square wide. Okay? This surface is this one here. The next one is going to be 2 wide by 5 tall. That's the surface area here. And the last one is going to be the one off to the right side there, which is 1 square by 5 tall again. So this being the right side view, again, this surface is here, this one is in the center, and this one off to the right is on the right. And this is the front, the top, and the right side view of this object.